Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. This is Lounge Fever, a series of videos where we answer your FAQs. And this is one of the questions that I got on a recent video that I did where I talked about energized work and sustainable development. And the question that I got was on LinkedIn, and it's an interesting one. And it mentioned how if these concepts like sustainable development and energized work, do these actually work, or are these just an excuse so that programmers don't have to stay late? So we are talking about work life balance here. I also mentioned how it is important, how sustainable development is important in agile, which means that everyone should work 40 hours a week, right? You can work more if you want for a short burst, but it is not really helpful in the long run. So we talk about work life balance, we talk about energized work, and the question is, are these actually helpful? Do these actually work on real world projects? So I want to talk about the origin of 40 hours work week here. The fact is, 40 hours per week is not really a random number that the entire corporate, right? All the industries, all the companies, everyone agreed that, yeah, 40 sounds like a good number. It's not a random number. Actually, there have been a lot of studies over the years and even across different industries that found that while teams can work longer for a short while, in a few weeks, the productivity and quality is going to drop exponentially. So while programmers, they don't do physical work, right? Some may think that it's just typing. It's not typing for sure, but the brain tends to start getting foggy after a 7 day 70 hours work week, right? I'm pretty sure if you are someone who has been working for, let's say, 10, 15 years, you've had situations where you had to work 70 hours a week, right? And you would agree to the fact that the brain tends to get foggy after this, right? You might need a day or two off after this. So the brain is not in a condition to perform intellectual work, which is something like developing a great software. So that is why it is important. While you can work for 7 days at a stretch once in a 6 months, but this is not sustainable. This is why the concept of sustainable development is so important. And as I was saying, some people think that programming is basically typing. That's not true, right? Programmers, they don't just type. They figure out what the code actually needs to do and make it work correctly and efficiently. And when we say efficiently, what it means is a programmer can write a program in 5,000 lines of code. A programmer who is efficient may be able to write that same program in 3,000 lines of code, right? So when later you might have to do changes, you will only have to go through 3,000 lines of code to understand and make relevant changes. So that's efficient programming. And this is, you're using a lot of your brain cells. And obviously, this is not something that you can do after, if you consistently work 70 hours every week. So that's why it is important to respect the 40 hours work week. It is important to respect the concepts like energized work and sustainable development. So XP and agile teams, they must take work life balance really seriously. They should go home at a reasonable time every day and have lives and families outside the job. Do you really think teams can call themselves agile and not follow the principles of sustainable development? Agile, this is one of the principle, right? So have you actually seen teams or been part of teams that call themselves agile, but they safely ignore this principle, right? This is a problem of considering that you are agile while you are not agile. If you are truly agile, you must follow all principles of agile development. So that's all that we had in this video. Definitely subscribe for more. If you like our work, consider contributing by heading over to pmclounge.com/contribute. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.